Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. EUR USD holds January 1900 gains analysis. http ntvforex.com news ID 22EC228192020 10:53:56 am. EUR USD H4 Eurozone HICP inflation was confirmed at 0.4% YY, in line with the preliminary release. The uptick in the headline rate came despite the dampening impact of Germania's temporary cut to the VAT rate. Energy prices also remain much lower than a year ago, and core inflation lifted to 1.2% YY in June from 0.8% YY in the previous month. Mixed signals then for the ECB, and while there may be nothing in the data to suggest a serious risk of deflation, the low headline rate will add to the arguments of those at the Council who are pushing for a more symmetric inflation target that would require the ECB to let inflation run above target for a while following a period of below target headline rates. In the current situation, that would push the first rate hike even further into the future. A similar debate seems to be happening at the FOMC, which is currently also conducting a framework review. EUR/USD has settled off yesterday's 27-month peak at January 1965, concurrently with the USD index DXY consolidating recent losses above Tuesday's 17-month low at 92.15. The softer dollar hypothesis, which has been dominant in markets for several months, is currently being challenged. Most incoming US data are showing a strong rebound in economic activity, while the S&P 500 and Nasdaq equity indices have scaled to record highs. News that House Speaker Pelosi said that the Democrats are willing to trim their proposals has been taken as a positive, as it increases the odds that the Republicans and Democrats will break their stalemate and reach a deal on the next pandemic fiscal rescue package. July data showed an acceleration in home building in the U.S. to the most in almost 4 years. Coronavirus infections are now dropping sharply in the recently afflicted Sun states, such as Arizona, Texas, and Florida, indicating the downward phase of a classic Gompertz curve progression of respiratory illness as community immunity builds up. In focus is today's publication of the minutes from the recent FOMC meeting, which comes amid market speculation that the Fed may adopt an average inflation target, specifically with the aim of pushing inflation above the 2% target. This has been a dollar negative, as it has driven real Treasury yields deep into negative terrain. Any confirmation of this would NBSP bolster the softer dollar hypothesis, and likely push EUR/USD above January 2000, while any lack of reference to this issue would have an inverse effect. The advent of the 750 billion euro recovery fund, which has reduced perceived EU breakup risks, and the fact that Europe has come through the pandemic ahead of the US having been impacted earlier, have also been underpinning factors of EUR/USD. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me/mt5.expert.advisors.